This is a reading for Drake and J-Lo. Now this is very interesting because, you know, their relationship is like pretty brand new, and a lot of people aren't even sure if they're actually together or not. But from this reading, it really indicates that they are together. So basically, to start off, I think when they first met each other, I think they were attracted to each other, but they weren't like so sure about each other. I think that they felt like they were different than who they would typically be interested in. And so I feel like they kind of like were possibly friends first, like that they, you know, they were attracted to each other, but they just like, you know, kept it on the surface. Because I think also both of them, I feel like, have trust issues in general when it comes to relationships. So like, even though they were attracted to each other, and like they thought like that there could be something between them, but like that they weren't maybe each other's types, or just different than what they thought that they would be with. I feel like they also needed to keep an open mind about like being able to trust each other. So like I said, I think, you know, they had those issues, but they were actually calling each other in to each other because they're actually soulmates. They may not even know it yet, but because it seems like it could be very new to them, but they were actually calling each other to each other, and it's funny because, you know, this card says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So they were attracted to each other, not realizing that they were each other's soulmates, but they were keeping it at bay because they were afraid to trust each other, and they just didn't feel like that they were each other's types. You know, which is pretty strange because they both have dated musicians, and you know, and actually that may be why, because stemming from their trust issues, because, you know, they may not have wanted to be with another person in the music industry, or just a celebrity in general. They may have thought like it's a better idea to be with somebody that is not in the industry or not famous, or whatever it may be. And so maybe that's why they were trying to keep each other at bay, because they wanted to maybe find somebody that wasn't, but ultimately like they couldn't fight it anymore. And so what I think happened is, like, you know, they started to give into it, and they started having some heart-to-heart conversations, starting to realize that they really were attracted to each other, and that they really were right for each other, and that they really could trust each other. And so these things like started to build on each other. And I think that they realized that, like, all the waiting that they did in order to find each other was worth it, like, because they were worth waiting for. So what I think is going to happen is that very soon, I think they're going to get engaged, and they're probably going to get married because they're in love and that they're soulmates. I mean, it's pretty nutty because, I mean, they just got together, but I think that they truly like were in shock that they were able to find this with each other. But they're gonna show each other truly what it is to love. And you know, because I know Drake is a very sensitive guy, and that's exactly the type of guy that J-Lo like wants to be with so badly. She wants somebody who's romantic and there for her and like considerate, and that's like the type of guy that he is, and like he's gonna blow her mind. Like it's just gonna be like a perfect union, and they're most likely gonna get married, and they're gonna be very happy. They're gonna be in love, and I don't think that they'll split up.